All right, cool. Questions. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, let me explain it first, though. I want to have the biggest podcast in the world, especially for entrepreneurs. And I think some podcasts have like high-level entrepreneurs, but I want to talk to both. Because obviously you guys are doing well in your businesses, right? But maybe not where we want to go.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to help not only inspire entrepreneurs who like were where I was. You guys are farther than I was when I was working at the Cheesecake Factory. So that should be inspiration. Because I was a knucklehead. But not only through like those people, because the entrepreneurs who get on the podcast, they get amazing exposure and it works out for them. So I just want people to know y'all too. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. For
and
sure.
had this opportunity. Okay.
I actually got a client for a couple $1,000s just off of that episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh!
That just got posted. So,
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
Appreciate that.
All right, good. All right, so give me your question. And if y'all have any questions or comments, feel free. Because you got.
So I have my community. It just reached 1,200 members. A little more than that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so I am in a place where I finally made the shift, and I no longer think like a creative. I'm now thinking like an actual CEO, like a business owner. And so I stopped focusing on talent and more so focused on like making money.
Good.
So that way I can.
And make sure make sure you get to the question.
Okay,
You know,
yeah. I've been doing better than that. I've really been getting to my question.
This is my little sister. Let's do it. Okay, talk to me.
So basically, my goal as far as like how I'm being an entrepreneur CEO, I'm getting into the
How does it feel to say I'm the CEO?
Huh?
How does it feel to say I'm the CEO? Like
really good.
Owning it.
I realized, and you've said it before. I feel like you said it a lot of times. Like the most talented person isn't the most successful.
For sure.
The most successful person isn't the most talented.
Big facts.
And it finally clicked in my head, even though I've heard it so many times. And I got the talent, but I was not doing what I needed to do to have a successful business. So now that's like what I'm focused on. So I decided to do a webinar. And basically what I'm doing is creating a program to help designers, specifically Black women, grow in the art of couture draping. And so I guess I really just want like some advice, because I've heard you say before, you're not really like a salesy type of person, and neither am I. But you know, I've been listening to my Myron Golden, and I just started reading this book, 100 Million Offers. And so I'm like,
who's that by?
Alex something. Okay. I don't know his last name, but cool. It's a great book. Shout out to my mom. She sent it to me. But so I guess I really just want some advice, since I don't view myself as a salesy type of person either. What are some things I could do to like just have the best experience for my webinar? I really want to hit $40,000 for this webinar. I have about 200 people that signed up so far. I know I'm gonna get like another 100 people before the weekends. But with those 300 people, I'm trying to make 40,000 off of that. And so
how long is the webinar?
I said an hour and a half, but I like to talk, so it's gonna go. Okay. I got testimonials, like students speaking now, and it's gonna go longer.
I give you something that works. You're going to need 2 additional parts to it. It's all good. You're going to need 2 additional parts to the webinar. The webinar is the information that people need, right? But you're going to make an offer at the end, right?
Okay.
You are making an offer at the end, correct?
Yes, I am.
So the first part of the webinar isn't information how to. You have to prepare their mind to buy, right? You have to prepare their mind. Like one of the first things you'll probably say is, before this thing gets started, just be prepared. You're going to have to invest in yourself.
So I should tell them?
No, I'm saying the whole part of the presentation may be invest in yourself. Investing isn't, I'm about to sell you something at the end, but you need them to know. I get what your
point of view. Okay.
Yeah, they need to invest time, energy, money. Yeah. You got to go get the materials. Nobody's going to hand this to you. You have to invest. And a ringing theme of investment throughout the whole webinar. But if you are not a salesperson, find someone to close for you.
I thought about that.
Yeah. And you give typically they're going to want like a percentage or something like that. Like I've done a closing for Donnie and I didn't charge her anything. Mm-hmm. She's done a closing for me. She didn't charge me anything.
Okay.
But she did the pitch. So I'm good at pitching someone else's offer. Because I can talk confidently about the person and how I trust the person, or I wouldn't be doing this pitch if I didn't know that this person could deliver, right? Okay. So I can come on and be a fresh face, and I'm asking the people to buy your product or your offer, right? After you done express your knowledge and expertise. Okay. So you have someone that is comfortable at sales and really good at sales, and you have them close.
Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense. I do have a nice amount of friends that are really good at closing.
There it is. Alyssa probably be lit.
Yeah, I was thinking Alyssa would be perfect for that. So I'll probably just hit her up about that. And okay.
That's good.
I guess another follow-up question then.
Hold on. Does anyone else have an immediate question or comment?
I kind of want to piggyback off of that. So
okay, cool.
I reached out to you last week. I'm doing the same thing, a webinar event to kick off the VP Club, my virtual podcast membership club. And
explain it. Are you able to explain it on this platform?
Yes.
Because you were texting it, but I'm like, I don't understand
what's going on. Yes. So the virtual podcast membership club is a virtual experience, right? So my clients currently, I record their podcasts virtually using Zencastr. I can be really transparent about it. And so whoever joins the membership will get 4 recording sessions a month, transcripts, show notes. So essentially we put together the whole podcast virtually. And they're also going to be a part of a virtual community that's backed by the Black Podcast Association. So that is a organization that's really big on providing resources to Black podcasters.
Okay. Cool. So tell us about the membership. Tell us they pretty much you'll produce their podcast for them.
Yes.
Virtually.
Yes.
Okay. But not in person.
Not in person. No. They get a link. They'd be able to send their link to any host. They can host up to 10 other people. What else? I'll be promoting their podcast if they're a part of the membership on our platform. They'll also have unlimited audio space, so we'll provide audio and visual space or video space. And what else is on there? Branded rooms as well, so it'll be Zencastr at whatever their podcast name is, so it's really professional when they're sending it to guests. What else is on there?
Yeah. Well, how much is it?
So it's $2,950 for 6 months. Okay. So that's
the whole 6 months
yes.
I got you.
So 4 recording sessions a month, transcripts and all of that for 6 months. And I did 6 months because most of my clients still do like seasons, so that's usually around that sweet spot.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay. What's your question?
My question is the same thing. I want to have an event to kind of kick it off. I already did like a soft launch, so there's people on the waiting list. But I'm like trying to do an event essentially to really kick it off and bring majority of my members on. And I would love for you to be my closer.
When is it?
Yes, next month. So the weekend of Black Friday. And I remember you saying during the morning meetup that you don't do Black Friday stuff. So
yeah, I don't be having Black Friday offers. I want to have one though for sure, but
we can do profit shares.
How many people you think is going to be on there?
My ideal is to have at least 15 people sign up.
How many people you think are going to be on the podcast, on the webinar?
The goal, is at least 30.
So a 50% closing rate?
Yes.
I don't know if I could do that.
No.
That's a lot.
You think so?
That's high. Yes. That's a high closing. 50%?
So 30 to 60. My coach told me I should have 60, but I guess I should listen to him and hope to have 60.
You need to have 300.
Really?
Yeah. But to get 300, you got to have 1,000 people register.
Okay.
This will
be my first webinar.
It's all good. I think one mistake is your presentation of what you're doing is good, Like the presentation of the program, I think it's really, really good. But your presentation of how this webinar is going to turn out, gotcha. I'm not confident that it's not a waste of time for me.
Gotcha.
It's not a waste of time if there's 1,000 people on the webinar. 1,000 people registered, 300 people on the webinar, and then I'm starting to calculate. Oh, wow, 300 people on the webinar. If I can close 60 people at 2,500 and I get this percentage, I'm with that.
Okay.
But you don't seem real confident in the outcome of this event.
Oh, no, it's not that. I just figured that was a good number because he told me 60 would give us the profit margin that we're looking for.
No, I'm with you. But even with the 60, right? Mm-hmm. So even if I'm asking about the 60, I didn't feel that you were super confident about the outcome of this event. There's not excitement. It's, I have the most amazing podcast community. Mm-hmm. And you teach podcasters, right, David? Yeah, yes. Absolutely. I'm about to give you an opportunity that I wouldn't give anybody else because I'm pushing this thing hard. We're going to have 60 people, but these 60 people are people who specifically want to start a podcast. This isn't like some other type of audience.
Right.
And I'm about to give them an offer that they can't refuse. $2,500 for 6 months. You can't run a podcast for $5,000 for a whole year. I want to let you share in that. This is my strategy.
Gotcha.
So a lot of it is in the presentation and making me or anybody else feel comfortable to be involved.
So the sales piece that we talked about.
Right, we're struggling with that. Yes. But it's not even selling. It's like you being excited about it.
I'm extremely excited.
When I get on the line with like my team about an idea that I have, I'm not trying to sell them on anything because when I have the idea, I'm just excited that we're about to execute this joint, right? Yeah. So when I get on, I got it.
Yeah.
Get you started through.
It's up. Is that not how I talk? Yo, it's up. Yes. I figured it out. I figured it because I'm genuinely excited.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you it's not about like being a salesperson. You gotta get that apprehension out your voice.
Gotcha.
And get excited.
I know the product's good. I'm very, very confident. You know I can talk about podcasting all day.
In your head, you know the product's good. It's gotta transfer to your heart and from your heart out your mouth.
Yes.
It's not here yet. It's a good idea in your head. It's not here yet. And I think you care about the audience.
Yes.
But the outcome of this webinar, I feel apprehension. Gotcha. I feel I don't really know what I'm doing.
For the webinar. But I know the topic is going to be about how to find quality guests for a podcast. So I have templates and all of that stuff that I'd be giving at the end. So I know, again, you're right though. Product I know is good. Like I know 100%. I can deliver.
I believe it.
It's the sales piece that I am nervous about. Not the sales piece, but just
the belief, the energy, the feel it. You need to feel something.
Okay.
So you're talking about it now, right?
Yes.
Do you remember when you were planning your wedding?
Ooh, yes.
Man, it was a lot.
It was.
But when you talk to your friends, it was probably, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. But there's going to be this is going to be this is how it's going to work. We're going to have this guest list. I don't know how I'm going to do it all, but oh girl, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Am I right?
That's how
it comes off. It comes off. Like there's a feeling. There's not no.
Elope. I probably am not the best person.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying,
yes,
right?
I know.
Yeah. Oh, you went to the courthouse? I went to the courthouse too.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to the courthouse too. But
I had
what's elope?
a wedding. Elope means like you go to the courthouse or you don't do it in front of family.
Yeah, we did that too.
Yeah.
I didn't know we eloped. That's cool. We went to the courthouse. We did have a ceremony like 6 months later, but whatever you got like super excited about, or going shopping for your kids' onesies or something. I see my wife light up. Before my daughter was born, oh my gosh, look at these. She's on Amazon, look at these. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And there's something here. There's something here. But
to transfer that.
Outside of family, personal, all that, once our business gets here, but for most people, it's not here yet.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. It's just not.
So, would you be interested in doing that for a sewing company? I can do my pitch. Look.
I don't know. I don't even know that I'm the best closer. And you probably have some people
great at closing other people's products.
I'm good. I wouldn't say great.
I have a great product.
Yeah.
I have a community of 1,200 people. I have members all across the world. Like, my group is literally, I could show you, in countries you can't even pronounce. Literally, I have people everywhere because what I do is that valuable. Like, you may look at me as like, oh, she's a fashion designer, but what I specialize in, couture draping, is literally a skill that's valued by so many people. Like, that's the stuff that people pay thousands of dollars for. And I learned this without even having to go to school, and now I'm about to teach it to other people. And so I have this amazing offer. It's a 6-week program for $1,000, and I'm literally giving people all the juice. Specifically black women, because those are the people who I feel like need it the most. When you think of couture brands, when you think of these high-end brands, it's literally owned by white and Asian families or designers. You don't see the black women in those spaces, and black women are talented as heck. And so I'm trying to create a voice for those women. So literally my group of 1,200 people is basically all black women all around the world. And so I'm bringing these people together, and I'm putting this program together to help them out. And I just really suck at closing. So I think you would be great at that.
I wouldn't be. I mean, maybe I it was a good pitch, but bottle that up and just give it to somebody else. I don't know. I just don't think I have the time to do it. I don't think I have the time to do it, honestly.
That's right.
Because especially I got a baby coming in. Yeah, I don't think I have the time or capacity. But yeah, that's good. But if you take that with you around to somebody who is a strong closer,
No, you're right.
I think it worked.
Okay,
Good.
so
That's a good question.
I do have one more question.
Okay.
So I started a membership. So basically, everybody that's taken my class before, I sent them an invitation to join my membership community or whatever.
Pause that real quick. Tell everybody the
VP Club.
Yeah, VP. How do they get in touch with you?
Yes, they can get in contact with me on my website at nyabemarketing.com or thevpclub.com.
I don't know how to spell Nyabe.
Oh, NYABmarketing.com.
Okay. And tell everybody, how do they get in touch with you?
So my fashion brand account is, wait, what camera? Oh, that camera.
Yeah, I just realized. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, she's so cute. Yeah, she's just so excited. It was dope, man.
My fashion brand account is at Jael Official, JAELL Official. But if you are a designer interested in learning about couture draping, you could join my Facebook group at Ellis Sewing Co., The Art of Draping. I never tell people my Facebook name, so it's really hard for me to remember right now. But if you type in Ellis Sewing Co. on Facebook, it'll pop up. And then my Instagram is also at Ellis Sewing Co.
Good. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish your question.
But basically, what I had in mind for my clients or my customers, they would go through my program, and then after that they would join it's like essentially like accountability group. That was actually inspired by Morning Meetup. Good. You said Morning Meetup helps you stay accountable. So since I knew that I needed to practice my craft every week, I said I'm gonna do a weekly call, and I'm going to practice my craft, but with other designers. So you have to have like been through one of my courses or programs before in order to be a part of it, because I'm not there to teach. You have to already kind of know what I'm doing to be a part of it. But my question is, I am kind of like lost with like setting up everything. So right now for my subscription group, I just send like an invoice, a subscription invoice through what is it, Square? And then I add them to a group me thing, and then I send out a Zoom link. But I feel like I'm just doing a lot. It's like a lot of moving parts. And then after the Zoom call is done, like when we do the draping practice or whatever, after that, I upload the call to a drive. But I just feel like I'm doing a whole lot. And so I guess I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to like simplify my subscription, because I know it's going to start growing, especially since I know my webinar is about to take off. So a bunch of people are about to be joining, and I just want to have everything together.
Well, I'm not like I don't have the best answer on that, but some good advice is write down every step of things that happen. Like just put it in like a PDF. this is how the people come in. This is what happens. This gets uploaded here. This is how it's distributed, things of that nature. Just write down every step and start looking for someone who specializes in systems and tell them what you'd like to happen with this.
Okay.
And in their brain, they just have like a systems brain. They say, oh, well, we can run it through this and CRM and this is.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but it's on you to write down what's happening and what you'd like to happen. And take all that information to somebody who's like proficient in systems.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, listen, every single week, every episode, you hear me talking about themorningmeetup.com. It's the community. Let me show you what's happening here. Every single morning, Monday through Friday, there's 400 plus people on a Zoom call, right? We're learning, we're talking, we're growing together, and this is you. There's all these people here. It's all these people in the morning meetup. Hundreds of people reading books, growing. We get together quarterly. It's amazing. And for some reason, you just keep looking at, just go to themorningmeetup.com and get in the circle. And then you'll be like way happier. Just themorningmeetup.com. Let's get back to the episode. Good.
Thank
what
you.
you got? You're very welcome.
So I have a question going back to what you said about getting excited about a business. Like, what if the business just isn't like an exciting business? Can you just like be confident
What's the
about
business?
it? So I sell appliances. So like deep freezers, office size fridges, and that's not like a sexy business. It's not like an exciting business, but
You know why it's not sexy?
because I haven't made it sexy.
You didn't make no money.
Okay.
If you was making money from it, it'd be super exciting.
Okay.
No business. Podcasting isn't excited unless you're excited about it.
Okay.
Dog grooming isn't exciting unless you're excited about it.
Okay.
Somebody who absolutely like loves the craft and loves the outcome or loves the fact that, I know how your life is going to improve with a new refrigerator.
So you have to love it. You have to love
I don't
a
think you
business
have to
for it
love
to
it.
work.
I don't think you have to love it, but I mean, you have to have enough energy in the thing. You don't have to love the thing, but you got to like love the life that you're living with this thing in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I was working at the Cheesecake Factory, I was never like in love with being a server at the Cheesecake Factory, but something changed where I stopped going to work for a paycheck, but I started to go to work because I wanted to become a better whatever. I want to be a better server. I want to be a better man. I want to be a better thinker, more positive. And I got it. I began to, and I don't know what happened specifically, but one day I came to work and I was just excited to be there. Being a server is not exciting. It's hard work. You got to deal with people and you're being nice because at the end of the day, you want them to give you more money. But what happens when you're super nice? You wait on them hand and foot. You do extra stuff and they don't tip you well. Now you're upset at the outcome. But something happened where I got excited about the lessons that I was able to learn from every person. I do all this for somebody and they leave me $5 tip on $200. And here's how you know it's about to be bad. When they put the $5 in the middle of the table without seeing the bill. If they put a pile of cash in the middle of the table without seeing the bill, they don't understand that we make money off of a percentage system. You should tip us 20% or 25%. Once that little cash in the middle, I know it ain't right. But I got a chance to figure out a way to communicate, to sell stuff, to be a better customer service rep. I got a chance to have a job that allows me to be there at a particular time, but now I get to work on being there earlier than the time I'm supposed to be there. And I just got excited. That was my exit out of the Cheesecake Factory. That's when I really started like building my t-shirt business because I got excited about everything that's going on in my life. So I don't know, like I don't care what you're selling. There should be an element of excitement that this thing that I chose to put inside this whole gumbo of my life is the perfect ingredient for the whole gumbo. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you got to get excited about something. Maybe it's not the washing machine or the refrigerator. It's the excitement that you get to learn more about a process. You have something that you can sell. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's not. I think it's just the word excitement because like I love the lessons. I love learning about stuff that happens, but I guess I'm just not thinking like, oh, I'm so excited to learn this lesson. It's like, oh, okay, I learned something new today. That mistake helped me.
Get excited about who you're becoming.
Yeah.
Okay. You'd be excited about that, right? Who I'm becoming through this process, and money starts to follow.
Okay.
And once you have that positive mindset, and you're improving your skill set, and you start making more money, you get more excited, and you make more money, and then washing and dryers are like the most exciting. Why y'all ain't in this? Y'all ain't trying to get down? Y'all need to get down in this because this is where it's at. It's always going to be a home that needs something that I got for them. Oh, endless market. I'm excited. Why would I do anything else?
People who love their homes spend money.
Yes.
Yeah.
People who love their homes spend money. So especially high end, like entrepreneurs. I think I love my house where I stay. So I'm assuming that you could do that.
100%.
You gravitate towards the right people.
And that all makes sense. Like, because the big market's the perfect market. But until it goes from here to me knowing, oh, it's a good market, it's a good idea, it's a good business, to here, oh my gosh.
So what does here look like? I mean, from the outside, because you can feel it. Like I feel it. I get up every morning and I'm in it every day. But what does that look like to everyone else that's looking at you when you're, you know what I mean?
Developing, like personal development's huge. So if you're excited about it, but one area is communicating your excitement. Let's start practicing communicating our excitement. So I'm excited, I just couldn't say it for a long time, right? So then I read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I started listening to Jim Rohn. He had this whole communications workshop, and I listened to that thing probably 100 times. Yeah. It was like a 4 or 5 part thing too. I listened to it nonstop. And I got excited because I get to use some of the stuff that I just learned on my audience, I'm asking the guy from, what is that? What is it? It's a big moving company. What's the name of it? It's in Georgia. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
2 minute truck?
Not 2 minute truck. It's something else. Huh?
The hunks, the one like on the side, it's like
I want to say it's the one with the hunks, maybe. Hold on one second. Moving company.
College hunks hauling junk? Is that the?
It might be, it's a really big Georgia Home Movers, maybe?
Okay.
Maybe it's like Georgia Movers or something, I don't know. Black guy came into Cheesecake Factory one time. We just started talking, find out he owns that. And he said something, he was like, oh, what you thought, a white boy owned that? I said, dang, that's lit. But I got a chance to have a conversation with him. I'm interviewing him for the podcast before I had a podcast. Or I even knew what a podcast was. But I'm excited in this process of learning, and I'm just asking question after question. Steve Harvey came into the Cheesecake Factory one time, and I'm just asking him questions, and I could tell he's over it. I could tell in his head, he's like, yo, I really just want to eat my food.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those people that are like nervous, and I don't want to interrupt anybody. Like even when I was doing network marketing, they said you have to go to the mall and you have to stop people in the mall.
Right.
I'm like, they're in the mall, they're going places. I don't want to stop them and try to recruit them. So that was one thing I had to get over. And I felt like that nervousness. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to say nothing to Steve Harvey. He's Steve Harvey. And I was like, yo, I'm just going to go do it. I'm going to do it. I'm put my job on the line. I'm going all in. So I walk over to him, nervously ask some stupid question. And he answers it. And I'm like, thank you so much, Mr. Harvey. And I walk away and I got excited. Not for the answer that he gave, but I overcame something that day. I was proud of myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, goodness gracious, I did it. I don't know, you just get excited about life, man. Things start changing.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Something that you made me think about is I feel like having faith and like your vision plays a big part in that. I feel like the more your faith increases in like what you're doing, that I guess it starts to show more, you know what I mean? Like, and also like your perspective, like how you view where you're at. I feel like when you are focused on your vision, like I literally make it a point to focus on where I'm going every day. It does not matter like where I'm at right now. It doesn't matter if I have $5 in my account or $5,000 in my account. Like I just stay focused on where I'm moving towards. And so I feel like right now I've gotten to the point to where I literally get that feeling of excitement just by thinking about this is where I'm moving towards. And so I think that like helps. Like you know what you want for yourself. You know like the vision that you have.
Yes.
You have to keep that at the forefront of your mind literally every single day. When you wake up, when you go to sleep, and that like desire is going to continue to grow, you know? Like, and also to add to that gratitude, remaining in a place of gratitude, like I always find things to thank God for every day. I make it a point to thank God for at least 10 or 15 things every morning, because even just remaining in a place of gratitude also helps you to focus like everything that's going good in your life, everything that's going good in your business, which also helps with that feeling. And so that's like stuff I've been like focusing on even within the past like few months, and it's really been helpful. Like I already had a passion for what I did, but now it's like it's like much deeper now, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can I be transparent?
Yeah, go for it.
So 2 babies. I have a 9-month-old and a almost 3-year-old. And when I'm working, that's what I'm constantly thinking about, right? So this year, for me, it's really been about taking risks. I'm a very calculated person. And like, I feel like that passion part is like the risk part that I need to really overcome, in the sense of just waking up in the morning and having faith that it's gonna work out regardless, because I'm putting the work towards it. I think sometimes it's like, okay, well, if I do this, baby's in the back of my mind, I gotta make sure they're good. Like that's always there. So I don't know. I think that's one of the things I really struggle with. It's like
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Something my friend told me recently. I missed out on a really big opportunity because of like that voice in the back of my head, and that's actually kind of what I feel like probably kickstarted all of this that I'm like, or like me being in the space that I'm in now. I was supposed to be on Good Morning America, and I literally let fear. I let like the voice in the back of my head like stop me from going through with that opportunity. And like I believe God will send you opportunities, but if you don't prepare for it like how he wants you to, you will literally like also like lose that opportunity, you know? And so my friend told me like we think so much about like the worst thing that could happen, but think about what's the best thing that could happen. Like if you act on this, or like what's the best thing that can happen for your kids as a result of you acting on it, you know? Right. And so focusing on that, like changing your perspective instead of thinking about like, oh, well, if I do this, this could go wrong, this could happen. Well, what if you do it and it succeeds, you know? And also trusting that like all the seeds that you are planting right now are going to bear fruit later on, you know? So that's also something like I feel like is important to keep in mind.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
I don't feel as bad. Just piggybacking off what you said, I actually also like, so I went on HBO for dog grooming and I won that competition, right? So then ABC hit me up to go on another show, and I was so scared because I heard of all the other groomers that were going to be on, and I just didn't do it. And then I watched the episode and I was like, the episodes, and I was like, dang, I actually could have done that. Like, okay, but anyways, David, I have a question. So working in a service-based industry where you're exchanging your time for money constantly, I'm like stuck because I'm at the point where I don't want to do that anymore. And I have a skill that's hard to be taught. Like I can teach you, but are you going to be really good at it? Because I'm high end. So I'm not a Petco. I'm not a PetSmart. I'm not just something you can shave down and it's okay. We're taking our time. We're using really good shampoos. These dogs have to be controlled to a T. I don't know how to get over this like 150,000 mark because there's no one else like me. And then I don't know. I know how to train someone, but you have to have that passion that you're talking about. I can't waste 500 hours on you to not want to do this and do it well. Like, I don't know. I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck at this point, and I'm just like, I'm feeling burnt out.
Yeah. There's a few ways to scale a business. One is to charge more. Meaning your product or your service that you offer, you charge more for it.
Yeah.
So it's say just I know this isn't the number, but let's say it's $100. If it takes you 10 clients to make $1,000, if you charge $200, it'd take you the same amount of time to make, it'd take half the time to make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Or the same amount of time to double the money. So you can scale that way.
Yeah.
You can also acquire more customers, but to acquire more customers, you need more people to handle those customers, right?
Yep.
So the biggest problem now it's not the business model, it's the fact that you can't train people.
Yeah, this is just
that's what we have to work on. We have to work on your ability to train. And if they have a job, you don't need them to have the passion that you have. You need them to do the job.
Yeah.
Because some people just want a job.
Yeah.
You train the job. When I got the job at Cheesecake Factory, they didn't like check my passion level. They just want me to do this, do that, do this, do that. We'll pay you this. It's a job.
Yeah.
They know I'm not going to be there forever.
But like when you're working with kids, right? Would you hire someone that was just like, oh, it's just a job to me? No. So it's the same with like dogs. These things can't speak. They can't talk. They can't.
Would you hire a babysitter?
Yes, I would. If they're recommended.
Yeah, but we don't know that working with kids is a passion for them. They might just be good at it. They might just be responsible people. I mean, you think they would have to like the kids, but they don't. Every babysitter doesn't say, oh man, this is my passion. I just want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
For real?
I just need you to do the job well.
Yeah.
Care. Like, have some empathy. Be careful. Be responsible.
Yeah.
I'd rather hire somebody that is careful and responsible than someone that's passionate and reckless.
For sure.
Yeah, that's facts.
For sure.
Just do the job.
For sure.
We just need somebody to do the job well.
Yeah.
If they do the job well, we can grow our business.
Okay.
Period. So you need to like read more books on leadership
Okay.
and how you transfer information from you to them. That is something, oh my gosh, I'm still struggling with it.
Okay.
And everybody, how I talk to Reese and how I talk to Lynette, totally different.
Okay.
Because they're different people,
Okay.
right? So how Reese talks to me and how he talks to his girl or his mom, or it's gonna be different. Right, Reese? A little different? It's different, like, 'cause they're different people. You gotta have that sort of awareness that you're talking to different people. But the biggest thing in leadership is you have to know how to get people to want to do the thing that you want them to do.
Yeah.
Not get them to do it, but how do I get them to want to do it,
Okay.
right? What's in it for them? Treat them with respect, but like, let's get the job done.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your biggest thing.
Okay.
Question.
What up?
So I know as a man, I feel like you guys are providers, so you naturally move in that.
You ask me husband questions.
No, not a husband
Oh, no,
question.
sorry.
I'm not gonna get
I
him
need
in
to
trouble.
study. I need to
I
research.
am not the one.
This is more so again back to the heart thing, and like being that you have a family to provide for when you're taking risks. Do you have that in the back of your mind, or you're like what is the foundation that you think of when you're going out for new opportunities?
So it's kind of
Or your groundings?
if someone were to ask me, okay, it's gonna sound bad in the beginning of what I'm saying, but it's gonna make sense after. So before you judge me, just bear with me, okay? If anyone asks, what is your top priority? Is it your faith, your family, or your finances? Is it your relationship with God, your relationship with your family, or your business? If someone were to follow me with a camera 24 hours for 3 days straight, and they had to go report back, what's the most important thing to David? It would probably say my business. Probably. Now, I am very conscious that my faith in all that I do shows through. All that I do. Like, my faith is my foundation. So hopefully, even in business interactions, business dealings, things of that nature, somebody will say, that guy has a base, some sort of foundation of faith, right? So in all that I do, I'm considering that for sure, because I want to be a person that if I ever invite somebody to church, they say, okay, I'll go. I ain't see you in the club drinking. I ain't see you in the club wilding out. I don't see you getting angry. I don't see you fighting nobody. You treat people with respect. I'll go. So I consider that in everything. With my family, I know that, like, I have to do that in spurts. So I consider my family, but in the beginning of a project, maybe it's going to take me away from my family for an extended period of time, but I'm not going to set myself up in something where I have to constantly travel. I'm not doing that. If there's some deal and it's going to cause me to be traveling 3 days a week, I'm not doing it. I don't care how much money you give me. Unless it's going to be like, yo, for this month, you're gonna have to travel 3 days a week for this month or these 2 months. But if the whole decision is predicated on me being gone that long, I'm not doing it.
That's right.
I don't care how much money. So I put a lot of emphasis into my business, but I do consider the other more important things in my life.
That's right.
Does that answer the question?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to know what the goal is. My goal obviously my biggest goal isn't to make as much money as possible, because if it was, then I'd probably work a lot harder. I work hard, right, Reese? I don't work as hard as I could. If I was working as hard, Reese probably doesn't work as hard as Neo's videographer. Not nearly. Some days I don't have to call Reese at all. Like, I don't know what he'd be doing. Reese he go to the gym, he just live his life. Like, some days we don't do anything at all, right? Because I'm not like so driven where, yo, we got to produce this content, we got to do it. Now, there's a level of ambition, right? But Neo, on the other hand, he is going to get it.
Yeah.
I have to continue to stay around him though, because if not, I'll start to tear too far into lazy or losing my ambition. So I have to stay close. I'm not that. We have different like goals. We got different things that make us happy, right? Like he rented out the baseball field for his wife.
I seen that.
That's nuts.
That was dope.
That was crazy. Like, yo, bro, what are you?
That was for real.
The whole thing.
That was dope.
And then around the stadium, it's like affirmations to his wife. I'm like, this
I
guy
didn't
is
see that part.
incredible.
That's amazing.
And then, and I don't know how he got it in there, but he presented her with a Lambo truck.
Yeah.
Wow.
He has to go out and get it for long periods of time so he can do that kind of stuff. I want to, but I don't know if I'm willing to work that hard to do it. I don't know. I don't know. We just have a different, so we have different things. So, but I do know there are some things that I'm lacking and I have to stay around it. I have to stay close to it so that I can adopt those things. But I know what's really important to me.
Definitely answered my question.
Good. Anybody got anything else? Because I gotta go. I gotta get my jacket from the tailor for tomorrow's event. And y'all good?
Good.
All right, great. Put out your social media so they can make sure they follow you. And this is an exclusive morning meetup family conversation. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but we'll have more of these because this feels really, really good.
Yeah.
But let everybody know how they can get in touch with you.
I'm Jayda, and you can follow me on Instagram at JasThePetstylist, and also join my Facebook group at Ellis Sewing Co. The Art of Design, I think. And then my sewing Instagram is at Ellis Sewing Co.
She's enjoying her life. This is so good. I don't ever want you to lose you being you. Just
Definitely.
Are you dating anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, you've been dating for a long time, right?
asking.
Stick with that, man. Because I just don't want nobody to ever like bring you down and take that joy you got.
For sure.
So just be careful who you're around, because the environment can change you. But I don't ever want you to lose
noticed that. I actually had to stop being around people that brought me down. Yeah. So now I'm like surrounded by people that keep my spirits up. That add to me. So yeah.
I love it.
Yes, my personal Instagram is Naya Bianca _, and then my business Instagram is Naya B Marketing. So that's NYA Marketing.
Good.
My Instagram is JasThePetstylist, JasThe and then I have a website, www.JasThePetstylist.com.
Good.
You can find me on Facebook at 1058 Appliance, and my email is 1058appliance@gmail.com. I'm sorry, 1058studios@gmail.
There it is. All right, man. Make sure you follow these ladies. Make sure you subscribe to the Social Proof Podcast. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. We are on our way to being the most impactful entrepreneurship podcast in the world. Okay? So I love y'all. We out. Peace.
That was good.